Islam. Welcome back to the Moor Culture Podcast. I am your host, Brother Tyshan Edwards Bey. I'm here with my co-hosts, Brother Shariff Bey. Islam. Welcome to episode 23. Welcome to episode 23 of the Moor Culture Podcast and Supreme Mathematics. That is wisdom, understanding, all being born to power. Islam. Let's make this a powerful episode by bringing our wisdom and our understanding to the cipher, Mo. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Islam.
Islam.
Before we go too far, a couple greetings we got to give. First, peace, Islam, assalamu alaikum, rahubat, alafia, ionio, shalom, hotep. I believe that is all. Peace. It all means peace.
Hotep,
it all means
Hotep
peace.
peace.
Exactly. Hotep shalom.
Alafia means peace.
Alafia, Islam, peace. Whatever greetings.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever greetings makes you feel comfortable. It all means peace to us. And in true Moorish tradition, we will give and start with our praises and honors. Elder Brother Shariff, please start with yours.
Peace. I'd like to give high honors to Almighty Allah, seven eyes of Allah. High honors to His Holy Divine Prophet, Noble Ali. High honors to the forerunner of the Prophet, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And high honors to Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad. High honor to Emil. High honor to J. Gibbons. High honor to the Nazarene Allah. High honor to Magi Priest Sidney Rotson. High honor to Nathaniel Hardaway Bay. High honor to Hamid Anderson. High honors to Melchizedek of the day Jerome Graham Bay. High honors to Timothy Dingle, hyphenated Noble Ali, and his other half, Mother Root, Mother Wisdom, Grand Noblest Louise Dingle, and high honors to their daughter Diane Dingle. High honor Grand Secretary Margaret Thompson Bay. High honor to Art Stonell, and high honor to Art Page L, and high honor to Shem L. High honor to everybody under the sound of my voice. Special shout out to the Nation of Islam. Special shout out to UNIA and all that's on the line. Islam.
Islam. Thank you, Mo. I to rise to give all praises to Allah. High honors to the Prophet, Noble Ali. High honors to the forerunner, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. High honors to all past and present leadership of the Moorish Science Temple of America. High honors to all true and divine prophets of Allah that stand on the square of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. High honor to all the Moors worldwide, known and unknown, all the Moors that can hear my voice, and all of our ancestors, everybody that paved the way for us to be here. Islam. Yeah, Mo. Honestly, this is the first episode we've done where I didn't have like a structure necessarily.
Yeah,
I didn't have a title. I always go in
free association. Everything's all right. We roll with the spirit, with the holy breath.
I know there was one thing you talked to me about this week, Mo, that I made note that I think I lost that note.
It's a lot, but I really want to breathe on us, Lord. Oh, Lord, breathe on us. I'll make it right. Fix it. I really like being here, and I like discussing beautiful things with you, truth, and I want to share that with humanity. Jesus told the brothers and sisters that are sitting by the flowing string, they were toiling. He asked, why were they toiling so hard? He said, he was teaching, and he said, if you dig beneath the rocky soil of carnal things, you can find a treasure what no man can count. And this should be the job of all the leaders out there, because it's a lot of our people that have untapped resources. That's why they call them so-called black, using that phrase because they're in the darkness, so forth and so on. So we're going to try to get them to tap deep beneath the soil of carnal things and come in fruition of a lot of these blessings that Allah's going to give them, because Allah planted the seed within our lives to make us come forth, be beautiful people. Even though a lot of people don't like us, that should give us energy to go on and shake them off and keep moving with the elements, so forth and so on. So my thing that I really want to also go over and over, so we can find foundation to stand on today. Like they said, Jesus teaching the Bible, he said, the wise man built his house upon the rock, and the foolish man built his house upon the sand. And when the storms came in, the house upon the rock stood, but the house on sand fell. That means, brothers and sisters, if you ain't got your life together, when the storm's going to come, and you ain't going to be able to weather the storm. And so a lot of people nowadays, they just forgot all about freedom, and they all into politics. I mean,
Well,
that's important.
You just went right where my mind has been at this whole time you're talking is politics. I really need to chime in and hear
You know what I'm
your
talking
thoughts on
about?
it. Because the elections are coming up.
Main reason why I brought that up, because I want you and I want everybody in the audience. And if you don't know how to play chess, learn how to play chess.
So what's our chess move? What's our chess move come November? There's an election, I believe. I'm not sure what's happening in Delaware. I know there's a midterm election, I believe. I know I'm working on a campaign.
Vote for people that support your ideals until another party need to be created. Another party need to be, I would call it the People's Party, the Poor People's Party, so forth and so on, because a lot of things controlled by money.
So as of now, the only candidate that I know, besides the campaigns I work on in Jersey, in where I live in Delaware, Sinead Darby is running for state representative. We've had Sinead Darby as a guest, and more than that, she's a Moor. She's a nationalized Moor. So,
I haven't seen her. I'm not familiar with her works.
we
Can you share about her works?
At least I know that she has the Black Mothers Association. She helps with doulas and helping with birthing and with mothers in the city, and I know that's been a real powerful demonstration she's been a part of.
That's beautiful.
But outside of that, she's been the only she's a council member now. Right, so she's the only council member that I know of that's being in the streets.
What I'm saying, that's good, right? But what I'm really interested in works now, because the works I'm interested in is freedom. So I'm going to ask you, how can we be free politically? And that system was they created this system to create chaos for us. So I like it when they say love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, or freedom, justice, and equality, because the kingdom of heaven is within. And that's something we have to find within ourselves to bring us to what we know in the Moor Science Temple manner, we call it the grand resurrection.
Islam.
The grand resurrection, when Allah breathes that holy breath in you, so forth and so on. You talk about love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Islam, I'm obviously as a member of this temple, obviously I'm a strong believer in heaven here on earth, and I believe politics plays a factor. It shouldn't be the only. Go ahead.
I didn't say it didn't, but I'm saying to you, a lot of people's on low frequency.
Islam.
Heaven is on earth. We're supposed to bring in the New Jerusalem, what they talk about in Revelations. We're supposed to bring, and then it also said, Babylon the Great has fallen, that wicked city becoming an inhabitant of wicked and defiled birds of every kind. What is the eagle? Ain't that a wicked bird?
A wicked bird? That's tough for me to say.
Yeah, it's wicked. Well, I mean, when it goes out, when it wants something to go, I mean, the eagle's swift to get what it wants.
Yeah.
Didn't the eagle get us?
Yeah, yeah, Mo.
Yeah. So we descendants of the Lion tribe of Judah, root of David. So we gotta come back to that degree. And,
so lions aren't wicked?
Huh?
Lions aren't wicked?
Yeah, but I'm just talking about we got it. Lions are royal too.
Yeah.
So we're royal. So and we got the backing of Allah and man, because we believe in Allah. Last day, his angels and messengers and his books. So we should eat, breathe, and sleep that 24/7, and that will get us where we need to be. You don't know what you're gonna say to the man the next day, But if you got that God consciousness, Allah gonna speak to you. If He's in your heart and mind and soul, He's gonna teach you how to deal with them people. Maybe that way, because a lot of people led astray. Just like I was always sharing with you about Shaitan said he would come from our left and right and before us and behind us and ambush us. You know, speaking of Quran, well, he's coming with passions. That's the right hemisphere of the brain. So Allah wants us to use the left hemisphere of the brain where we can become critical thinkers. Because when we ain't using the left hemisphere, we go in emotions and we put ourselves on the cross. Allah has invested a lot in us. We had come from a line of beautiful teachers, and name a few. You look at Leopold, Marcus Garvey, Master Fard Muhammad, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Martin Luther King, Elijah Malik Shabazz, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Frederick Douglass, all them. And when you look at what's been created on earth to make you feel comfortable, the whole world, we created it. A lot of us is walking with low self-esteem. Especially they attack the woman first. Our woman likes putting on other people's cultures. If you don't take off the other people's cultures, you can't resurrect. You can't come up. It's just like in Thanksgiving, they dressed the turkey, right? And they dressed that turkey. They dressed us with the culture because Turkish, the original Turks look like us. The original people in Saudi Arabia, Arabia, look like us. In the Ottoman Empire, we don't have that no more. Because sin is a vibration too, a frequency too that we gotta watch. Because we want to stay in tune. We'll turn a station on called Allah. When we turn that station on, we moving. We gotta get the right frequency because people need to hear this everlasting gospel.
Mo, we're here. We're here Fridays at 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Tune in. Tune in to Allah.
Mm-hmm.
Tune into your higher self. And we're here 7 p.m. Friday Holy Temple meeting.
Your spirit is much huger than you think it is. Greater. When you look at me and brother Tyshan right now, you're just looking at shells. My spirit is the earth, wind, fire, and the water.
Just a vessel, Mo.
Yes. The first word in our Quran is the thoughts of Allah cannot be circumscribed. So when people come with that bull crap, I just get lost in the elements. But it's also important that when it comes to Islam and who we are, people need to know the history. So we got to go back over and over and over again. Like Jibril Tariq, they named the Rock of Gibraltar in honor of Jibril Tariq. The Moorish general, when he's at war and stuff, right? It used to be called Pillar of Hercules. They changed it to Rock of Gibraltar. Then you got King Ferdinand, Queen Isabella kicked the Moors up out of Spain in 1492, except all of them wanted to become Christians. And then you got the Pope Alexander, Pope Nicholas, and they was in all the doctrine of discovery, which has gone on down to the day. So, because I be around people, Muslims, and they don't stay in tune with the faith. How Allah is a part of you. He's closer to you in jugular vein. He can help you through these storms. They might try to short circuit you, so forth, so on. But we got a long ways to go. This is no joke because the Holy Quran says, you say you believe Allah will not be tested. This political thing is a test because they got it's still a lot of our energies. The thing it boils down to we get ready to go into survival mode.
Islam. Sister, you want we have a third seat open.
I just want to say Happy Thanksgiving Day because the Moors celebrated 2 days ago, so it's Thanksgiving Day, the last day because we call one of the what's the name, and they get ready to have their feast.
Praise Allah.
Islam. Happy Thanksgiving Day in the Moorish Science Temple. We have a holiday. I missed that, man. So today's a fast day. Islam. Happy Thanksgiving Day.
Because if you look at turkey, that bird looked like a brother, and they dressed him and stuff like that.
I don't think this has anything to do with turkey though. Our Thanksgiving Day. I'm gonna have to do that history. I think
Well,
I heard
also
that.
represent they cut the Turkish Muslim's head off.
Hold on, we're not talking about turkey right now though. But
No,
go
I
ahead.
just said that, because
Yeah.
I was the one that came up Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I understand where
We have our own.
she's coming.
We have
our
our
own.
own Thanksgiving. Do you have the knowledge on that? Because I don't.
I do. What's the name? He said it was on YouTube. He said how they celebrated Thanksgiving when they killed our ancestors. They roast them on the grill and ate them.
Mm.
I had
The-
that.
That's deep.
Mo,
Yeah,
you can't.
that's deep.
The name that was here told us about.
Yeah.
I mean.
Okay, yeah, brother Hamid.
We had to really be focused because
Yeah, people just real quick because people can't hear what Sister Haas was saying in terms of Thanksgiving was as a holiday celebrated that involved cooking and eating our ancestors, our common ancestors. So yeah, it's very serious. Culture is very serious, and in line with what Brother Shariff was saying about women, they not taint, poison. They do a lot of stuff. They mess up the woman of our nation that ends up messing up the entirety of our nation because the women are the ones that do want to participate in the holidays. I do want to participate into, say, Valentine's Day and the Christmas and the Thanksgiving.
Saint Valentine was a homo.
They want to they trick the woman into wanting these things. They want the gifts and they want to participate, and they put on the dresses and they put on the weaves or they put on the makeups that assimilate into the culture that is really about conflict, chaos, and confusion, and about death and destruction. So it's something that we gotta be really mindful of. This isn't spookism. This isn't trying to make anybody scared. It's just speaking the truth on what's happening.
It's like it says.
So please be aware. Please be aware.
It says now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also amongst them. And the Lord said unto Satan, "Whence cometh thou, Satan?" Then Satan answered the Lord and said, "From going to and fro the earth, and
Looking for souls
and from walking up and down it." That same thing was happening to us when you're unconscious, when you ain't where you're supposed to be, and kicking that everlasting gospel of Islam to humanity. You're running to and fro the earth because Islam is light.
Mm.
So when you're not in tune and that right frequency and stuff, Lucifer, Satan, devil, dragon, and beast done conquered you. You're not coming forth with your best. So if you come forth with your best, so forth and so on, I don't care who's nobody's title or station in earth. When Allah, that spirit hits you and so forth and so on, it's gonna change your environment.
Islam.
So we got learn to know Allah within self. It's a lifetime preparation. This is preparation age of soul. But once you tap into that energy and stuff, you become undefeated.
Mm.
Just like in a football game.
Yeah.
You could tap into that type of energy and stuff, ain't nothing can defeat you.
Mm.
You become a mastermind.
Islam, bro. This is episode 23. Episode 23. 23rd letter in the alphabet is wisdom. W.
Mm-hmm.
That's that wisdom. And at 23.
Well, we need Allah to breathe on us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Exactly.
We need that breath to constantly come up to resurrect, especially in this time that we living in now, because we are around so many unbelievers. A lot of these people had to go to the school of hard knocks.
Mm-hmm.
Hard knocks gonna resurrect a whole lot of people if they ain't here, because all of a sudden we think that we play too much. You know, because when I talk about the prison industrial complex, how they open up liquor stores in every, all throughout our community and come in with the drugs, that's genocide, man. We had to save our lives. Even the teachers, the preachers and the teachers had to speak on that real deep because it was a whole generation of us wiped out, and they're coming in with new drugs. And so, where's the solution? I ain't heard that. I know the problem exists, right? But to hear somebody lecture on that, unless you go to 12-12 club or something like that, NA or AA or something like that, right? But we need to hit the drugs hard because this is a direct attack on us. And I got children, you got children, et cetera, right? And Sister Hodge got grandchildren and children, and we had to make things better. When you make things better for your children, you out there and stuff, it makes you feel better. And then you're not alone. You get help from the celestial realms, from divine feminine, divine masculine. You picking up, being picked up by the holy breath. And you got a new song to sing, a new talk to talk, new walk to walk. So,
Islam. So you're on the camera, just so you know when you lean forward. By all means, we do have a third chair though. If you want a mic and actually want people to hear, if you have anything to say, always feel free. I know Brother Shariff has some documentation over there, but I know he wants to read off of that. So I already know he got some powerful stuff in there. We've been planning on discussing. We've discussed all these documents, but we really haven't read for them. I know you have a very interesting document that we wanted to read off of, which was King Leopold's letter.
He killed about 10 million Congolese.
So that's probably the lower. That might even be the lower end of the estimates, but
30. I heard 30 million.
Yeah, exactly. There's some of the numbers have gone much higher than that, and it's sickening. That's one of the biggest reasons outside of our own situation here in America. That's one of the biggest reasons why I'd hate and I don't like how the word Holocaust has been kind of colonized and stolen. It means one thing.
That shows you how weak people keep letting people. See, our guards are supposed to be up. They can say all that. What are we saying? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
How do you represent a law?
Yeah, let's talk about the African. Let's talk about the African Holocaust.
They got freedom of speech. Where's our freedom of speech? Even they tell you. I even sent you something about. It's your last thing. I text you, right?
Okay.
On what's that?
Okay.
It's powerful, but this Jewish rabbi said. See if you can get it. But we have a responsibility and obligation to our children and our nation. And if them people feel that way and stuff, that's their right. We should feel the same way.
Yeah, I hear it.
Well,
Rabbi Finkelstein.
Yeah, play a little of that. If you can, you'll love that. That's powerful.
On your show before, I mean, we steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country, and we drain their blood and we mix it with the Passover bread, and then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own, and we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets, and the people, they eat it for breakfast, they eat their children for lunch, and us Jews, we gotta do what we do. The most important thing to remember between you, Pastor Wixom, and me, Rabbi A.B. Finkelstein of New York, that we both have two fathers, and so that's why we look at the world in two different ways.
Wow. So let me just say something.
I told you. People need.
This is wow. I don't want to laugh at the subject, but there is something I want to say real quick because this is somebody's labeled this person as Adam Finkelstein or something. Abel Finkelstein.
Abraham Finkelstein.
And he's a rabbi, but suppose that is satire. Supposedly, when I looked this video up like a couple months ago, and I believe that is satire.
What's satire?
Like it's a joke. Like somebody recorded that to be funny.
You don't joke like that though.
You shouldn't joke like that. But this is the thing. I believe
now what he's saying. So you quick to say that, but all right, but the Israel, right? United States does what Israel say. All the politicians.
Yeah.
So they got reparations. Where's our reparations? So you might say that's fake and stuff like that, but I'm saying evidence, right? When it comes to our problem, nobody addresses our problems.
Well,
even us, we run.
Yeah.
You got to have heart. You got to have courage.
Yeah.
Because we had to. If we don't bring change, because the world, they already made a statement before the world how they feel about us. We ain't got up out of it.
So
we talk religion, but we won't talk freedom.
Well, there's a lot. There's plenty of evidence that points to the atrocities of the so-called Jewish people, and there's plenty of evidence.
I'm talking about the Zionists.
The Zionists, yeah, yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about as well, Mo. But what I'm saying is
the reason why Leopold Ali taught you about your nationality, because he's letting you know who the real Hebrew is. That's why he got the L's and Bays. He spoke about L's and Bays. We were asleep, so they stole that. When you can't represent it and stuff, they snatched that.
Yeah, the history needs to be done. The real history needs to be done.
They snatched our history, and they're working with our history. That shows you how powerful our history is. We don't, it's like a lot of them trying to be us, and we're trying to be them. A lot of them going down, getting a suntan on the beach, and a lot of us are straightening our hair. We are messed up.
Yeah.
So with me, the grand resurrection, I'm all the way up. It's like, where have we come in the battle? We're still on this, right? Because first it was doctrine of discovery, and then King Leopold's letter, and then it's the Berlin Conference, how they tried to divide up Africa.
So
now with Africa, Israel was given to them by England.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't really that ain't really their property. They gave them that land, and they're fighting to keep it. Just like the Pope Alexander and the Doctrine of Discovery, he wanted people to come over here to discover us because we're unconscious. That's why your voice is powerful. That's why freedom of speech is powerful. Leopold Ali said the Constitution is one of the greatest documents of all time. You got foreign agents in our midst today. They represent people, and they run off with a big paycheck. We sit back and we say they the only ones that know law. If your name is Bay, you're supposed to know law in and out.
Of course.
Supposed to be the land governor.
Islam.
We as Moors are supposed to have some serious law firms on. We supposed to protect our government. Right now, a lot of us, we just talking. I love the law. Article 6, Section 2 in the Constitution said the Constitution and treaty should be made supreme law of the land of the judges of every state that are bound thereby. So, and I'm not saying I don't like white and black because people's not crayons. I'm for the people, so for need change. And them people that's not obeying law, if they make money off sending you away off public policy, when the table turns and stuff, it's time for them to be arrested. Time for them to go to jail for breaking the law. Law governs all events.
Islam, all in due time. All in due time. I believe that, or I know that that's where we're headed, because that's really the only way to go.
It's hard when they know that they can buy a lot of people off. It's hard when they can buy a lot of people off, and then you got some of us that want to be all about that finance. See, the great Holy Quran says, we are giving you the gifts of speech, sight, and hearing. That sight you read and open up doors. That when your oppressor come at you and stuff, you studying the way you studying stuff, you got to take that exit. Take that exit, so forth and so on, because in the world, but not of the world, that what Jesus said. He said, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. So you got to find he that's within you and let him take in charge, your higher self, because Shaitan can sit on that throne too. But we want Allah to come forth and in our heart and direct our affairs amongst men. They say when ethers change, the conditions change. We got to change the ethers. Ethers vibrate so frequency everywhere, Mo.
Islam. We're just, we're part of it. We are frequency. We're in frequency. We're
Yep. We citizens of the cosmos.
Islam.
So you shouldn't. So when they come with that white supremacy stuff, that's a lie. All that's to scare you so they can steal your land. If they don't have to fight you, that's real good.
Yeah.
It's easy to take things if you ain't got to fight. But you're gonna die anyway.
Yep.
Might as well die being a man, fighting for that which is right.
Islam.
So we had to mend our ways too, and we had to, Prophet Leopold said, "Worship under your own vine and fig tree," right?
Yep.
So where there's unity, there's strength, and so we're real powerful. Like I said, when we unite, we more powerful than a nuclear weapon, and we come into that God consciousness. Allah cleans us up because we've been psychologically messed up. Breathe on me, Lord.
Islam. So, yeah. So you said some stuff earlier, Mo, that's still on my mind, and maybe I'm falling for the bait and I'm taking the trap. I'm falling into the trap because I'm getting back to politics, and you're saying it's almost like a waste of energy.
Yeah, because I say we need a new party, the People's Party. I'm thinking about the poor people. So-called poor people need a party, right?
So I'm thinking about.
Poor people need a new party because these people, they work for the oligarchs. The Democrats and the Republican Party, they bought out. So the politicians become they sneaked in. Now they the new revolutionaries. They stole Malcolm's movement. They stole King's movement. All that. You know what I mean, Sister Janika? They stole all the revolutionary. When we was coming up, we had a lot of revolutionaries and people part of. So they stole it, and then now they trying to take it back. Where's the politics? You got Jasmine Crockett up there in the midst of all these men won't sit up and say nothing. What type of revolution is that? They don't represent me.
Wow. So locally there has been some noise in our council meetings.
Yeah, they tore down Bancroft School, a historical black school, been up there for generations and generations, and nobody said nothing. They tore down the waterfall in the Brandywine. Nobody say nothing. People come from outside, they destroy Wilmington. They ain't make no noise. They phonies, they plastic.
And on 14th and Market,
yeah,
that was the energy grid.
14th and Market was energy grid.
Right across from that church, because Bill told me, so we used to go over there and sit and get energy.
What
What did they do with that? They closed it up.
All them plastic people. The nearest place we meet Laws in the heart.
Okay, down the street from 30th and Market. What's that part? That was an energy grid. It had
I remember we was out there at that time.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we was out there one time with Zodiacus.
On 30th, right on 30th and Market. I'm trying.
What do they do? Put a building? They like to.
It's a park, but it was like a little bridge, and it had like a
right across from the gas station. Across from the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
And Brandywine is real beautiful. It's been real spiritual to me all my life, and I just think about how I used to go down and play there as a little boy, and I almost drowned there at one time. Going away to Brandywine without my mom's permission, and the brother, he grabbed me and my brother. We get ready to fall off the waterfall, right? and my mom kicked our butt.
And I also found out that's where they took our ancestors and killed them in the Brandywine River.
Yeah, Brandywine's real spiritual. That's one of the, they, even though I don't know why I'm always out, take my shoes off, put my feet in the water and stuff like that, and I
And
get to praying and stuff.
You know another energy bread? Super energy bread?
Mm.
Rockland Park.
Oh yeah, I go there too.
Up there, it's nothing but
I go there too.
Yeah.
nothing but energy.
Yeah.
I used to climb them. I used to climb them steps and stuff. You know, I was in my 50s the last time I did it.
That
Right?
tower.
Yeah, but I used to go back and go down the rocks to the river and come back up. That's
Okay.
bad in the jog, that
Yeah,
5-mile
yeah.
jog and stuff like
Going
that.
up the hills.
Is energy bread too.
Out Pocus Park.
Who?
Out Pocus Park.
Where is that at?
I never took you there, Mo.
Is that Maryland?
No, it's about 5 minutes from here.
Oh, I know the name.
You go up the Brandywine and stuff like that, and then there's a little bridge. Then you look up, it's water flowing down about 300 feet worth of rocks coming down. It's flowing down like that. It's the energy grid.
Wilmington's pretty big. Wilmington's big, and there's a lot of space. There's a lot of parks. There's a lot of green.
It's real pretty.
There's a lot of
It's
rivers.
real pretty, but they
There's
try to close off the so-called black folks.
Yeah, not
They
all,
built
not
they,
all
they
of it
built
is
real
testable.
pretty houses and condos back there.
Yeah, yeah.
At first, it used to be a factory, right? But they don't really want us back there.
Of
But
course.
the thing is, the land don't belong to them. And so, when I look at you and I look at Sister Hans, that's strength, because that's part of my vine and fig tree. And when I look at any people about uplift of all humanity, that's strength. But you can't deal with low frequency people, because this is survival mode. We had to fight for our light, because they're trying to get us to meet our demise.
I just got done doing a video for a wedding at Brantwyn. That's what is that? Something country club. Maybe it's Brandywine Country Club, but it's golf course and a mansion, and somebody did a wedding there. But
Brandywine's pretty. I'm gonna take you.
it is pretty, and I was just thinking though.
I'm gonna take you up to what I just talked about.
Yeah.
I took Brother Khalid up there and stuff. You gonna love it.
So
You probably take
of course
you
I'll-
probably take your camera up there.
Of course. So this is my thing. I was there last, a couple weeks ago, doing some video. So I went for the wedding to do the video, and then I came back like a week later to get like footage of the outside and stuff. But just being on a golf course and seeing how all this land, like golf
Right.
courses in general are like a sore feeling for me. And I work on golf courses all the time. Like I'm working on a lot of events that they have these golf
But
outings.
You notice,
And
you
it's
notice
just-
all
it's
the
just
golf
bothersome.
courses- You notice, but all the golf courses are built on mounds. They're built on pyramids. I'm just ain't that deep, Mo?
Mo, it is. This is what bothers me though, because it's like all this land. It's like you have all this
Look at
land,
these pyramids.
and they're just like, all right, we're gonna just play our game with our little ball,
But
and we're gonna have all this land, and you guys can't be on it.
you know what the golf.
Ancestors said.
Yeah,
too.
and-
You know what
and-
the golf.
yeah.
You know what the golf ball also represent.
I've heard, Mo. I've heard, yeah.
The golf ball game represent a white man going in a black hole.
Mm.
And then the football game represent a brown scrotum. I'm not brown penis going through some white legs. And the basketball that's Dr. Francis Cress Wilson was saying that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
And the basketball represent brown balls going down the court.
Grab you behind, like Bobby Hemmings said. Yeah, playing football and they smack you on the behind.
Saying good play. That whole section.
yeah, Mo. I hear that, Mo, and I'm privy to a lot of Dr. Francis Cress.
Oh,
Wilson's,
she's
Yep.
she's real powerful.
Islam, ISIS papers. I implore
Mhm.
Yeah,
all-
them boys.
I implore all melanated people worldwide, all
Yeah,
Moors
because
known
we
and
have
unknown to
we
read
have a
ISIS papers.
wealth of knowledge, and what's going on. A lot of people teach in all institutions. They teach institutionalized racism,
Yeah,
but they know how to come together with their differences, stuff like that. Like we should learn how to come together with our differences, because through what's going on now, they make it plain that they don't like us. They get us to fight for them.
It's
Who's the best between them and stuff? We're fighting out. They draining our energy. But what about our energy for changing America in 2025?
Mo,
We got children, man.
I was just talking to my mother about this and her husband. It's like they're because they pressed me about being part of the Moorish Temple of America and even being being
Because
a student in the 5% nation. They don't know, but at the same time they talk about how Trump's in office and they're so scared of Trump and whatnot, and it's like, well,
Because
hopefully
fear
Trump.
something was. If you read the Willie Lynch letter, fear was bred into us.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of us think it's because what they'll do is they'll give you enough to make you feel happy and make you just forget about the battle, forget about fighting and stuff like that, right? So they don't want you to get where they are in the fight. They know it. It's things are done by design, but that's what I like about that journey. Look, the journey with the Holy Spirit, when I'm ready to go catch some sleep, you know what I mean? Or I get a good night's sleep and wake up and start breathing that holy breath, and Allah's give me another chance and give me the activity of my limbs, give me another chance to uplift fallen humanity. And look around and say, I'm still here, Lord, because so many people perish.
Islam, we have, so on that note, what I'm thinking is like my thought is we have all we need. We have each other, and our unity is stronger than.
No.
Go ahead.
We ain't where we should be.
Islam.
That's why Trump is in office.
But do we not have everything we need?
No. We don't have. Why you think your mother was talking about Trump's in office? Meanwhile, and they got another program and stuff like that where we supposed to bring in our program. We ain't even offering nothing. We offer what little that we have, right? But we ain't got the finances right now to be where we should be, as far as our schools and our institutions. And Trump's talking about changing the education. My niece called me the other day. She works out in Chicago, the chief deputy in one school district. The Chicago school district make $180,000 a year. She said they came and said they got to reapply for their jobs. Mm-hmm. That's how things are changing. But so no. She's talking. This is different. No, she ain't a teacher. She makes $180,000. She's a chief.
It doesn't matter. They change it.
No.
I keep getting everything for my answers.
I work for the school district, and I never seen that here in Delaware.
No, it's done changed, and especially since obviously the new administration. My mom works at the VA, and I
probably know her.
When they came in and
know your mom.
Elon, sure, her name's Tara. I'm not gonna give her full government on.
All right. But next time I'm gonna go and say hi because I didn't know that.
But she's in Philly.
VA all the time.
She's in Philly now. She was in.
I don't know.
She was in Wilmington years ago, so you might have met her then. But
I'd be at the VA. It helps me a lot and stuff. In my time, classes and stuff like that.
They better help. Mo, you a veteran. You fought for this. You fought for the freedom of these people.
But so what I'm just saying that what we talk about with Prophet Noble Drew Ali and Marcus Garvey and Master Fard Muhammad and Martin Luther King and Malcolm was that's all our university. That's important too.
Yeah.
That's food.
So what I was saying earlier was like we're getting almost forced to that situation where we don't have much of a choice but to unify.
As long as
I still push back a little bit on we have everything we need. I clearly we're not where we need to be. Clearly there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But I believe that we have. I hear you
talking about when I drive
the potentiality.
When I drive away from here,
we have it.
When I drive away from here and see all them people strung out on drugs, like that. It's a serious problem. I've never seen that. You know what I mean?
It is.
And so
but are they lost causes?
I'd say CPR, first aid.
Thank you. Thank you. But they're not lost causes. They can be resurrected, right?
That's our job.
Islam.
That's it's not an easy job.
The most powerful resource is humans. Okay, knowledge,
Mhm.
knowledge, and knowledge,
5%.
and
You
knowledge.
was kicking it 5%.
Yeah, and knowledge
On
applied,
site, bro.
and knowledge applied, and that comes to us, Mo. That boils down to us. Knowledge is nothing without somebody to wield it, or some actual mind to see it. If we weren't here, there'd be no knowledge.
But you see this administration, because it said take the critical race theory up out of school. Take, you know what I mean? But I'm not mad at that, because we supposed to be on top of our game anyway.
They're supposed they should be doing whatever they need to be doing to keep their stuff going. And we shouldn't be mad about anything. We should be worried about our own stuff.
Your relationship with Allah
Mm-hmm.
says do not let Shaitan sever the rope between you and Allah. That's what the Quran says, right?
Yeah.
So if we not like our children should be very well educated.
Yeah.
Regardless of, like I said, chess, right? Regardless of what move they make.
Yeah.
Allah's making a move too.
Islam.
So Allah's making a move, so why am I really worried about them?
Yeah.
And we got to let it be known. But if you don't feel, though, if you're not on that frequency, it won't work for you.
That's all it takes.
Won't work for you if you ain't on that frequency. But we also live in a blessed day, but we had to keep building our spirit up like we do.
Yeah.
We got our spirit putting life in us. If you sit around stagnant, don't do nothing and stuff, because a lot of times I can walk in a lot of places and it feel like I'm an old folk. I'm old too. I'm 69, but I can walk certain places and it feel like people's frequency down low and stuff. I said, oh my gosh.
They're on their way out. They didn't give up.
You know what I say, Mo?
What's that?
And it be Muslims or Christians too, right? I walk and say, what ward am I in? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to be in no ward, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to be free. You know what I mean? And then if I go out and amongst creation in that garden, like being the garden, like the Quran said, the garden beneath which rivers flow, right? Everybody at peace and harmony. Everybody demonstrating on that love degree, that love frequency and stuff, because that hatred stuff, that damages. That's pain.
Mm.
That's pain.
Causes cancer, Mo.
Yeah, I got the love of Allah in my heart. If I see somebody out there suffering with them drugs, it hurts me, man. I don't care what color they are, because I knew they were set up.
Mm.
They were set up by some wicked people too, that wants to keep our community down. So I'm praying to Allah to go to battle with this. Praying to Allah, because these people think they untouchable.
Yeah, they're definitely not, Mo.
I'm praying to Allah. I'm praying that Allah will kick their keister.
Islam. Islam. That is what will happen.
Huh?
That is what will happen.
Yeah, because this society needs a lot of help. When I see I see people now, and like my son took me to a veterans thing last week.
Oh, down in Dover, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
And I seen them people, man. They were messed up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't only us.
Yeah.
It was everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at that, I'm saying, wow, this thing done got deep here. I can see the pain in their faces, pain in our face too, and stuff like that. So we had to, when you study your lessons and stuff, that's when Allah cracked the ethers.
Mm.
But you can't you don't let man dictate to you with that bull crap, like it's just one man. No, the resurrection day, many come but few are chosen. I'm glad that Allah's in your heart, my heart, and sister's heart, and that's the nearest place we can meet him. That's how we taught. We're not taught that propaganda, that idolatry stuff. That means you go one with any man. Stand toe to toe, right? Mine.
Mm-hmm.
Speak with wisdom, power, and authority. We speak with wisdom, power, and authority. The dead in Christ shall rise. That's why I wear that feather representing our Christhood. It ain't no mystery. We the mound builders.
Islam, come visit the mound we built here in Center City.
I like when I said No hiding place down here. No hiding place down here. Went to the rock to hide my face. The rock cried out, no hiding place. No hiding place down here. What you say that was, Mo?
What's that?
You called it the third eye?
I'm saying
The third eye.
right now. I'm saying
The Mo called it the third eye.
that was last week. Today, I'm saying visit the mountain we built here, 715 North King Street. We are here, Wilmington, Delaware, every Friday. Holy Temple meeting, 7 p.m. Another thing I said last week, something that you said that I'm going to keep on reiterating. If you don't want to spook anybody out with the Holy Temple, we can also call it what is also called study hall. Study is it's a study. What was it? Study guide? No. There's a way I worded it last week. A study.
Moorish University of Science and Technology.
Oh yes, that as well, Mo.
And we want to stay on these documents. You know, the Doctrine of Discovery. Google that, and the Barreling Conference and King Leopold's letter. That's real important because these people, they never stopped. They still been going on. They've been doing everything they've been doing since the Doctrine of Discovery. Same language. Their language has never changed. So it's time for us to be upright, fearless, and independent. Because when I think, when the Quran says Allah has made man in the best of molds, and I think about everything that we created to make people happy all around was created by us here in America, mostly everything, right? So for my brothers and sisters walking low self-esteem, you shouldn't do that. You should raise your head above, lift your head up. Yep, because Allah is breathing on us. It's time for a change. It's a new era of time. It's a great day to be living.
Thank you for saying that, Mo.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for saying that.
Mm-hmm.
That is received. I see that. That's the way I operate. No matter what situation I go through, I see the light. I know that there's more than the flesh. I know there's more than whatever physical pain you might be thinking.
Yeah, because you got to have your spirit moving. Like I said, sometimes I can walk in a masjid, church, whatever, and it feels like I'm in a ward. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
But if somebody's talking right and saying the right things, it's vibrating, I feel good, right? But sometimes I can walk in a place like that, and I see all types of forms ain't on the level where they should be at. And they can get higher, they can get divine, they can come up, because that's what our teachers gave us, the wisdom, knowledge, understanding to come up further than we are now.
What's the Four Noble Truths?
I'll be like Muhammad said. He said, "I'll sit you on top of the world at once." That's powerful. You know what I mean? He said, "Come off the cross and form under one crescent." Mm-hmm. So we're still on the cross and still form on because the Crusades is still going on and it's real. And the Crusades was all about taking out us.
Yeah.
Not us letting the Christ in us rise. They don't want us to rise. You got people like us don't want us to come forward. They feel threatened too when you get that holy breath and you talking and stuff. Allah's with me today. He walks with me, talks with me, tells me I'm his own. He's making me new. And not that people ain't doing nothing. They ain't making me new. You're doing something to me if you greet me right, you talk to me right, and you talk about freedom, justice, equality, love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, et cetera, et cetera. But if you ain't living it, that's a different thing, because that's what we need. We need all that in this day and time, bring change in this environment. Back to Quran, let out of ye rise, Quran says, let out of ye rise up and the people, enjoining what is right, inviting all that is good, forbidding what is wrong. We need for people to come to the right frequency. Let Allah and you live. Let Allah live in you. Let that Christ light shine. When we let that Christ light shine, we can defeat our oppressor. And sometimes our oppressor is no more than our lower self.
Yes, that's exactly how I see it, Mo. That's exactly how I see it. I mean, that's what oppression is. You're oppressing it. You're bringing it down. Yeah, we got to come in them higher chakras. Yeah. A lot of people like living on them lower chakras. We got to come up high. That's how we're gonna make it through the storm. Exactly, Mo. We have taqwa. What's that? Huh? What's that? That's
That's the fear of Allah, Allah conscious, the conscious of Allah, the God conscious.
Okay.
Yep. Taqwa.
Taqwa.
Yeah, that's the God conscious. Yep.
Islam. Appreciate your wisdom, Mo. Thank you for your wisdom and your understanding. Yeah, Mo, we almost went an hour. You know, it's been a good episode. I know we have some more.
How far we went?
We went about 55 minutes almost.
Right, but
we almost an hour.
Bottom line, you know, breathe on me, Lord. You know, we just gotta let Allah live in us. You know, we gotta let Allah take care of the oppressor first within us, and then go to work on the other oppressors, so forth and so on. Because I don't want nobody out there keep crying about Trump or Kamala and stuff like that, because we're greater than that.
Thank you for that, Mo.
Because we know who gave them breath. We know who woke them up all around the world. And so you read in the Berlin Conference, that's how they try to divide Africa.
Yeah.
Oh, they done divided a lot of stuff over here, but it's coming back. People waking up. People waking up, and people waking up and scaring them because they don't know what to do.
You know how you can tell that this scares them is that they made being woke into a bad thing. They make it into like they can laugh at you. Like, oh, are you woke? Like as if that's a negative thing. Like why? Like as if we should be asleep.
What happened, Moorish, is that the colonizer always came through with his ghost tricks.
Yeah.
And his holidays is part of the ghost trick.
That days, man.
So
that days,
in the Gregorian calendar. So we had to learn how to put that where it's supposed to be.
The garbage, Mo.
It's garbage.
The garbage. Leave it in the past. Leave it for them. Let them do whatever.
I've been through many Ramadans in my life, but now the spirit falls upon me heavy, say, well, Ramadan ain't the only month in the Islamic calendar.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to study them other months so I can walk into a new world.
Islam.
And other cultures and stuff. In psychology, you call that a cross-cultural study. Just don't let nobody put you under the spell, stick you up one culture and hold you hostage.
Yeah.
You know, they really think that we're their property. But the law tells you that we're not the problem. But you have people look at it like us that promote that too. Mm. You know, sometimes what they say, all skin folk and kin folk or something like that. You got people that look like us to see them bonds being transferred and they make money, and so from there they don't shut up. I mean, they won't enlighten people what's going on. We have to change our status. You're not Negro, black, and color. People are not crayons and stuff. Get your status in order. And go for the guts. Go at all them finances that they owe you.
Islam.
I heard the day that Burkina Faso and Nigeria and some other countries is closing down the International Criminal Court and going to set up an International Criminal Court with BRICS and them, because that ain't taking care of things. That's what it said on the internet. But I'm saying that nevertheless and stuff, it's a great day to be living. I'm glad to talk about the glory of Allah. I'm happy. I'm glad I didn't go out, didn't get caught up in them drugs. I had my time when I was used to drink and all the stuff and smoke and all the stuff like that. And I had crazy smoke, cigarette smoke. I don't do that. So I feel like a new man, and I thank Allah for that. And you don't have forever self-actualized, but I'm glad that I let that go.
Islam.
I thank Allah for every day.
Allahu Akbar, Mo. Islam. So, what was I just thinking? There's something on my mind. I remember the term now. Study group. Study group. That's what Fridays are. Friday at 7. You're talking about getting closer to Allah, understanding Allah, and obviously, like you said, there's plenty of things that are true. Like He's closer to us in a jugular vein, as well as the closest place to find Him is in our heart.
Because once you get to know Him, He'll wake up in you.
That's my point, Mo. So what I'm getting at is you study self. It's all about knowledge of self. You want to study Allah, you study yourself. And you can do that here at Study Group.
Right.
Every Sunday.
I was just thinking about the
7 p.m.
Cheney University marching band when I was going there, right? And they used to play the drums.
Yeah.
And Shun goes to Risha, his comes by the drums, right?
Yeah.
But your heart's drums too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plays it. You're playing music and you're not even who's the orchestra? You're not doing it. I'm not pumping. I'm not making my heart beat. Right? Am I?
Right.
How's that working?
That's the unseen.
Oh, it's great.
That's what the Quran talking about.
I talked to my daughter about that. It's like you breathing, but I'm teaching her now just about being mindful of breath and like trying to teach her to meditate or teach her to take deep breaths because she doesn't think about that. And I was like, you're breathing right now. You don't think about breathing, right? You don't.
Yeah, so
you're not making yourself breathe, but
I'm working with some older men. My son and some older men.
Yeah,
it's hard for them to pay attention.
Mo, like you were telling me about that, Mo. A lot of our family, a lot of people in our society get diagnosed.
I know some people that got age on them. It's hard for them to pay, and it's deep.
It is deep, but it's something we can work on, Mo.
Yeah,
it's something we can work on.
So
it's something we can work on. Allah willing, and as long as you
praise the Lord that we be a strong family.
Put in the work
around Wilmington, Delaware, praying that we speak to each other appropriately as Muslims. The Nation of Islam Moors and the Moors and the other masjid don't know that they have a lot of power when they let that light of Islam shine in them. We be obedient to Allah. Allah bring changes to us here in Wilmington. He looks down, sits high and look low. We see our struggle and make a difference for us.
Islam, Mo. It is happening. There's not much of a choice. We're being led in the right direction. It's just going to take much more work. It can't just be left to just fate. It can't just be left to hoping everything works right. It has to be work that we done, work that we do.
My greatest vision is that Allah work through this community with the young people, the people afflicted on drugs, that we can help them to be better at who they are. Even though it's a heavy fight, and you got they created a society with rap and killing and so forth. So I'm praying that Allah helps us to reach out to touch people, to let them know that it's a better side of life for them. They don't have to give up just like that.
Islam, Mo. Shout out to brother Quinnell. He got the studio here. He has some righteous Moor songs and some other stuff that inshallah we'll be releasing soon and helping him bring that art more to the forefront, showing the world that there's a better way to be. There's a better way to live. You don't have to be killing and doing drugs and stealing. Stealing people's women's and wives and stuff.
Your life is very precious, and don't give it up to the powers that be.
Please.
Hang on to your life. Ain't nobody can cross over for you but you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't cross over for me. I can't cross over for you and stuff. And we all got to cross over one day. So make your walk sweet, Islam.
On that note, we're signing off. Episode 23. It was great and grand. Thank you for your time, Mo.
Yes,
Until next week, we have a third chair. We're always open. If you're in the area, stop by 715 North King Street or send us a message. Get in contact. We can get you in on the third seat, be a guest. But that's it. Check us out, moorculturecenter.com.
Yes.
moorculturecenter.com. MOOR moorculturecenter.com.
Yes.
We needed donations. Help us keep the doors open. Help us keep the temple here. Help us keep the center here. We provide knowledge. We provide healing teas. We provide cultural attire, clothing, and light, Mo, and light. Knowledge yourself. Come learn. Study groups every Friday, 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Islam. Peace.
Islam. Peace.